and let's make it happen. Ladies and gents, I hope you're hungry because we have an Arabian omelet here. This is game 1. This is a 4v4. We don't see this too frequently. And this is game 1 in a... Oh, God. What is that scoreboard, though? Hold on a second. Oh, that's some dude and his baby watching my stream. That's not what we want. We want to remove this. I'm sorry. I'm a professional streamer. I haven't used this scene in 6 months. So YouTube, don't get upset with me. Update the scoreboard. Everything looks fine. Boom. Anyways, all the games we're doing here, all the games we're doing here are on maps named and based on food. So I'll do the introductions here. In the orange, we have Licks for WWP. He's on the flank playing as the Incas. His pocket is Yo. I'm going to remove this for now, guys, because this is... Yeah, that looks a lot better. Yo is playing as the Indians. In the yellow, we've got, I believe this is Vivi. I believe this is the Fat Dragon. Vivi's playing as the Berbers. I'd be very surprised if it's not. In the red, we have Paladin. Paladin playing as the Britons on the flank. So pretty good team stack, if you ask me, as far as civs go for this WWP team. In the blue, we've got Mayans for Nikov. His pocket is the MBL. MBL playing as the Franks. And, the other pocket is Hart. Hart is playing Indians. And then in the gray, we have Leary playing as the Britons. Whole show match is free pick of civilizations with no repeat for each team. There are some civs that each team cannot really pick, but I won't get into that right now. So this is the Arabian omelet. And what have we got here? Box turtles in the omelet.
Greetings, baby. I wish you
I've
the best
never...
in your life.
ever had turtle in an omelet before. Okay, we've got a lion. That's a unique omelet. We've got an elephant. Okay, it's an Arabian omelet, guys. If you haven't had this, you haven't truly lived in Arabia. Yeah, an entire turtle. Actually, the turtle shell is just the bowl for the omelet. I don't know. This actually looks pretty interesting. So I think the reason that you'd want to have Indians is because you want to take advantage of the Indian shorefish bonus, plus they're pretty good from a pocket position. As far as food goes near the TC, I'm just double checking. It looks like there's 2 rhinos or elephants, standard goats and cows. This map is basically like, there's similarities to Arabia, but then I'd say in the middle having the, as the lion attacks there, the middle having the extra resources is going to be a factor here. And we'll see some players focus there. I think players are somewhat familiar with the map. There was a show match called the Delicious Show Match #1. And that was... why is Leary down a build, by the way? What happened here? Maybe idle TC time. But, oh no, he got Loom, and I'm dying. But, yeah, they did play in another set of games on similar maps. I think Nerfox is using the same maps with some tweaks. I did not cast the first time around, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what these games are. And I think for people who are watching on stream and people who are watching on YouTube, some people might really desire 4v4s and 3v3s, and we just don't see them that frequently. Oh, man, that could have been worse for Nikov. Almost lost his eagle there. He'll know exactly who he's up against. And we'll see what Nikov chooses to do here. The meta is typically to have the pocket players. So if you look at AM Tempo, the players that are in the middle of each team go for scouts. Maybe it's possible to go for some fast castle shenanigans if you have the extra food here, but I feel like it's best to secure them. And with that, fast feudal should be coming in. And Yo has clicked up already. He's going up on 19 population. Yo is such a great player. So great to see how active he is as well. He's always playing the game. Doesn't take any breaks. It has been like that for many, many years. All right. 2 maps are new. 3 have been featured in the first one. Okay, Nerfoxing, who's the host of this, is actually in chat right now. Now, as if things weren't spiced up enough with the food aspect, as we're going to have Licks going forward. Oh, boy. Leary... Think about this. Leary could have been doing something else with his weekend. He decided, you know what? I'm going to play some Age of Empires 2. And you know what he gets for that? Licks forwarding him with Incas. Now, this is a topic that can be somewhat divisive in our community because some people saw in the open beta that the devs experimented with removing the feudal age blacksmith upgrades from Inca villagers. And then other people are like, no, that makes them unique, and it makes them not worse than Mayans and Aztecs in many ways. It adds... He's gonna make the blacksmith on his face? It adds variety to our game T90. We've seen it feature in tournaments, blah, blah, blah. So some people are gonna be sad if the devs actually follow through and remove this. I feel like the people who hate it simply have died to it one too many times, and... that can be how it goes sometimes with many things, as we see a villager down already for Leary. And I mean, this is a combination of a really fast uptime with this build, but also the fact that Yo showed up with his scout here. And so Yo was with the teamwork, and Lix just walks right into Leary's base and says, hi, this is mine now. Well, this is my base now. My personal opinion, by the way, is that I'm not saying it shouldn't be like maybe nerfed in some way, but Incas are really unique. We've seen this strategy feature in many tournaments. It's if you remove that from them, they're just a worse version of Mayans and Aztecs. And so personally, I believe that we need more aggro civs anyways, as a lot of civs are basically being played the same out of all 37. So personally, I'd kind of be sad to see it leave. Now, there is a downside. And Zumpy, people keep comparing. Okay, I'm gonna talk about this at another time. I can't. All right. Anyways, the downside of this type of a strategy is that you're not contributing anything with military. So as we see the scouts arrive, Lix is gonna have to make sure that he does a lot of damage here because scouts and archers are soon gonna be coming out. And so yes, it's looking rather awkward and rough for Leary. But if he's able, as he loses a villager there, to keep archer numbers out, or get archer numbers out, as he's going to lose one. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, so far so good for Lix. But yeah, my whole point is just keep that all in mind, right? As we see Hart here to help out his teammate. Now, Lix has done such a good job with this, hopping into his tower and repairing his tower when need be. Here, look, hopping into the tower and shooting the scouts from Hart. That way Hart's scouts are weak. Really messy stuff here. And we do have to look at the other side too. And here we've just got scouts and archers working together. But fight seeming rather even on that side. So we'll switch back over to Leary's base. What's the best way to nerf Leary when he's playing Britain flank? Maybe this is it right here. I mean, my goodness, man. Still, the tower stands for Lix. Leary has to fight it off. Leary can't get many archers onto the field. Yo is here in support. Leary down to 22 villagers. And Lix is at 24. And he's sending more forward. He didn't have enough forward. Look at his eco right now. Look at it. Nothing. He's got basically nothing at home. And, you know, Leary's just got to be thinking, you're kidding me, right? Like, what is this? I mean, Lix could make a tower here and deny the gold from Leary. And then I'd say Leary's going to have to go somewhere else. There's actually one tile of gold there. Anyways, the meta war is on the other side, where we've got Vivi working with Paladin. This WWP team is so together. It's so cool to see how they're always next to each other. Like, Nikov and MBL are a little separated right now, which could lead to a loss for them.
Next week I'll be on my first tournament. It's a noob one. Below 1,100.
Pretty close, actually.
I'm still happy/nervous.
I feel like Nikov could actually micro down these archers here. Vivi's scouts, they were a little weaker than MBL's. And good job from AM Tempo here. They are going to clear this. Especially Paladin losing all those archers. He is Britain's on the other side, so that won't be something they'll like. Speaking of not liking things, oh my goodness. Lix is at 27 vills. Leary's at 25. So I'm still like thinking, you know, in terms of vill count, it's not the worst for Leary, but this has completely taken him out of that meta situation where he loves to make archers. I mean, he's trying here or there. There he was able to push that back. It's like he loses another one. I couldn't tell if that was a villager or a spearman. But this is the downside of the strat. Now you're starting to see Lix. He's had these villagers forward for so long. He's starting to take losses to some of the scouts here. Nice T90 farm there from Leary, but things are just messy for him right now as we circle back to these armies. And I should actually show this. I'm sorry about that, but this is... Basically, I feel like the casting tools that they have in the actual game is just really not great. So this is always something that's an eyesore for me. But, you know, we're going to have to work with what we've got here. And I was curious if someone would click up. MBL will be the first in the next stage.
Mandatum.
Now, you look at Leary's position. He does have stone. He was... I saw him go out here. Maybe he ended up circling back to get stone with those villagers. He's basically got to play defense here. And that's what he's doing with that tower. Because he's walled, it won't be very possible for Licks to circle around. But here comes Yo with scouts. And Yo, who takes out the spearman now, actually failed to take out the spearman. The spearman got some extra hits. So many signals, but he's aiming to hit Leary and does hit Leary, and Leary taking more losses as Leary has to hop out. Now, Leary hops out to batter this tower down, but now is he able to keep track of how many weak villagers are there? And Licks realizes this, and Licks is just repairing. And here you've got, looks like Heart hitting Yo, and Nikov's here. And, you know, Yo has been benefiting from all the box turtles. And you see how now Vivi and Paladin are coming over to help out. Yo's probably like, yo, this is your guy. I know that anyone who plays team games with randoms will understand that feel. Like, oh, why is your guy attacking me? Do your job, bro. There's always one guy who gets really upset. Like, and you're like, it's a team game, you know? Like, I'm doing my best. I should have tried to communicate that. I remember back in the day, like back in the mid-elo, low-elo days, that was a big thing. It's a shame, really, but, you know, some people were just born to play 1v1s, I guess. Here you've got these archers being chased down. Really good job from Paladin to track this, at least, because Yo didn't really have the scout numbers to deal with that. Yo, I mean, it's been messy. The Arabian Omelete has been messy. The Lion, I think, might have either got a kill there or an assist. There's lions everywhere. Now, what's MBL up to? MBL? Remember, he is Franks. He's going to add a second town center now. He's got knights coming out. He was the first in Castle Age. I just wonder, as Leary's base is completely surrounded. And you guys know, this is what Licks is known for, right? He's known for being annoying. He's known for being a pest. He has a 10-villager lead right now. This is crazy. But I wonder if maybe the knights have to come over here. I mean, I guess you could just say, Leary, you're on your own. As he loses another vill. Because the reality is Licks isn't making military, so I don't know if it's worth it. I know Leary isn't either. But it might actually be better for Leary's team if he dies and MBL focuses on someone else. If that's the case, it's going to happen. I mean, he's being more and more surrounded here. As you now have Paladin and Castle Age to upgrade those Britain archers. Here you've got some knights from Vivi or the Fat Dragon, and he's here to protect his teammate, but I think in the end, MBL and Nikov are going to need to back away here. Or not really back away, but just consider it, right? Because the numbers are actually higher for the Chinese team. Update on Licks. I mean, Licks would die to one crossbow raid. He would die to one knight raid. He's taking Leary out of it, but he's effectively out of it long-term himself. As, wait a second. Are they looking for Leary back here? Leary's sneaking around back here, and I think that Paladin knows something's up. Leary looking for gold, maybe? I don't know if he's going to trade in Feud Lage or what. Alright, I'll briefly explain the show match again for people who just got here. We do actually have a show match command. Basically, there's just 5 maps. They all look like food. This is the Arabian Omelette. Winning team for each game gets $69. Losing team gets 11. And then the winner of the show match gets an extra $20, I think, which brings the grand total out to $420. So it is a Mimi fun, but also high-level show match. And poor Leary, dude. Poor Leary. I feel like anyone who's ever gone to the subreddit or the AoE forums and complained about Incas have experienced this right here. And that's why so many people feel strongly against it. I understand. It's a crazy strat, man. But also the level of commitment from Licks. Also, it's worth saying that it's not like the Flemish Revolution where you just insta have 120 military that you can patrol across the map. You have to play the game. You've got to There's a build order associated with it. You do have to micro-weak villagers back. Granted, it is a lot easier to achieve with this civ than any other, of course, but it's it is highly technical to have to control villagers. They do not auto-attack like you would see with military units. And let's see here. Okay, so Nikov backing away. He's Mayans. He's trying to hit the units here. Now, it seems like you've got enough camels and enough knights from the pocket players for WWP to be completely fine with this and get a clear up. The camels are there for Yo, the knights are there for Vivi, and here come the camels now for Hart, who is probably having a hard time because he's hearing from Leary constantly. Leary wants to go play Dota this evening, or this afternoon, whatever time it is for him. Leary is almost completely surrounded. Look at Leary's situation right now. He's... Why would you... Okay, but why would you go here for gold, Leary? I think this is where he's just given up on life. And so he just does things to make himself more dead. He's now down to 17 pops, 16 villagers. He's about to be at 15 as he's sending 2 villagers this way. He's completely surrounded. It's probably incredible to be in voice chat with them right now. I don't know how vocal Leary would be about this. It's the Lions attacking. But yeah, guys, WWP with a massive lead. Now, Nikov and MBL have the villager leads. Nikov with 70 vills, MBL with 69. But they're not winning on their side, which is the concern. And I see signals right now. And I think Paladin... Oh, no, it was... Someone just said, hey, he's over there. You see the signals? And now we see a signal here as well from Lix. He's saying, I'm chasing a villager here. They probably want to defeat Leary. Lix is on the way to Castle Age. What do you think he's going to do in Castle Age, guys, if you had to guess? I have a sneeze coming, by the way, and I apologize. If you had to guess what Lix will do in the next stage, he's got 450 stone. Oh, yeah, he's going to castle drop. Leary, 13 population. Leary could genuinely be defeated. Would be something else. MBL adding more knights. Here comes Yo, and also Paladin, though. And not just Paladin, as Paladin's here, but also you're going to have Vivi. Now, sorry for the sniffles, I have allergies. If you don't know Paladin, something that's funny about him is that he rarely plays with Paladin civs in team games. So he's actually was a caster for Age of Empires for the Chinese community for a while. I don't know what he does with himself now. But when he plays with the big boys, he tends to play flank. So Paladin never has a Paladin civ. Hart is coming over here to help. A little later than MBL would have wanted, but that's a lot of camels. So I think that Yo is going to have to back away here with Vivi. And they're going to have to group up with Paladin, who's coming in with the crossbows now. Update on Leary's base. Okay, Leary has 6 villagers here. I honestly want to focus only on Leary's situation now. I just want to know. Oh my god. Okay, so here he saved a villager. And Lix is making a monastery so he can convert the vill. You're joking. You've got to be joking. Okay. I'll keep looking around with Leary in a moment. Leary is at 11 pop, which is classic. MBL has all of his gold right here. He has his farm space here. His stables are right here. I just don't see how MBL is supposed to be able to recover from this. Paladin has 60 crossbows. Paladin has more military than MBL and Nikov do combined on this side. Nikov lost all of his army. The first game of this show match, this 4v4, is definitely going to WWP. There's just no way China loses this. So anyways, update on Leary. He's lost villagers here. He's down to 6 now. He's got 2 in the TC. He's got 4 farmers back here. Okay. And that's it. What if Yo spots him? Yo's got scouts here. If Yo moves those scouts, I'll control group them. How epic would that be? He's only, you know, got to boom and take the main fight and win the game. So he does have priorities elsewhere. That's just too many crossbows. A Paladin is 25 villagers behind Nikov, but he is 40 crossbows ahead. And in a team game, you're always going to want the military, and this is going to be the result. Sitting underneath the town center, he doesn't care. MBL's going to die. Leary's not even creating villagers at this point. I think he's probably just gone AFK. The Licks effect, man. Also, did this Veil get converted? It probably got deleted. Or it died to the scout, I'm not sure. Oh, come on, it'd be so funny. Yo, find him. Leary said, I'll be right back. Yeah, fair enough. Come on, find him, yo. Is anyone else rather surprised we haven't seen the GG yet? I guess Nikov is on the way to Imp. So he's hoping to get Arbalest. It's all right. Leary's securing the corner for trade for the team. He does have a market kind of close to the corner. So if he never comes back, I mean, at least they have that. And, okay. The GG was called. I guess Leary returned so he could call the GG, and game 1 goes to WWP, who are just more together here. This is the Arabian omelet. Everything was supposed to be based on the feel and look of an omelet in Arabia. And we will see some other really cool maps that'll come to the stream here today and then also YouTube in the near future. But anyways, if you think about how it happened in early Feudal, Yo had his scout with Licks, and Licks went for some crazy commitment with the strat. And then you also had more togetherness from Paladin and from Vivi over here. Maybe a bit of Rust for AM Tempo. But it is crazy how cutthroat team games can be. It did snowball on them a few times here. And Leary is... If you were to pick a player who is the best at playing Britain's flank, the name would be Leary. Classic Licks to just completely take him out of the game. Even if it was less successful, Licks would have said, I don't care. At least Mr. Yo doesn't have to deal with Leary anymore. And he actually turned that into a 4TC boom, too. So if that game was closer and continued, he would have eventually had military. It is funny, though, because Incas aren't a civilization you normally think of to ban. But there were bans here, and it was possible if Aftermath and Tempo were really scared of this, that they could have banned out that civ. They will next time. They will next time. All right, score 1-0.